riding. Once you come roll with me, come on and roll with me. We can hit the high with the highway. Feel the breeze, baby. Feel the breeze. We could kiss the sky. Don't matter if you ever stop now. We ain't never slowing down. NYC and Memphis, Tennessee. That's how it goes down. Mm. Let's get it. Salute. Y'all already know what it is. Your boy Bullets Gotti. Live. Let me drink some of this alkaline water right here, man. Up early, drinking that alkaline water. Mm-hmm. We're gonna talk some things though. You know what I'm saying? Get you some alkaline water, you heard? Some small water, essential water. Get some of this, man. So, let's talk about it, man. We up early in the morning. Space shifting. Let me say it again. We space shipping. We space shipping. You heard? Salute to the people. Yeah, salute to the people. Thanks for y'all that's tuning in. Who's tuning in right now, man, is basically it's 5:35. I wanna thank y'all for been rocking with me for this long of a time. And y'all been rocking with me for a long time, man. So you know, we gonna do what it do this morning, man. We gonna talk a lot of things, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm waiting for the people to come in here. Make sure y'all smash that like button if y'all coming in. Let me see. Can y'all hear me? What it do this morning, man? We gonna talk a lot. We gonna talk a lot, man. We gonna talk about a whole lot of things, man. You know, Hassan, Hulk Hogan, ismokehiphop, Trump. You know, we talking about everything this morning. You know what I'm saying? I really want to start. I want to start on the Hulk Hogan thing. You know what I'm saying? So y'all know, um, R.I.P. Chuck Mangione, who passed away, jazz musician. You know what I'm saying? Definitely a fan. You know, I'm a big jazz lover, so definitely R.I.P. to him. Um, Ozzy Osbourne died the other day. Y'all know. Michael Jamal Warner died the other day. And then Hogan died, and Chuck Mangione died the same day. Let me just say this about Hulk Hogan, right? So, you know, me personally, you know, I'm a big wrestling fan. I don't watch wrestling like how I used to. From the 30s is the best. Now, all jazz is the best, not just from the 30s. All jazz is the best. I'm a big jazz fan. I like Ahmed Jamal, Thelonious Monk, um, definitely Herbie Hancock, um, Roy Ayers, like, you know, Herb Abrams. Like I'm big on jazz. Bob James. Like I'm big on jazz. My grandfather used to listen to a lot of jazz, so I'm big on the jazz, the jazz wave. So they can't tell me about no jazz, man. I got a lot of jazz. Grover Washington, you know, Bobby McFerrin, you know what I'm saying, George Benson, you name it, I listen to it. So I like jazz. You know, a lot of people, if you ain't grow up on jazz, man, it's a difference. I actually grew up on jazz, so I got a different perspective on jazz music. You know what I'm saying? But definitely a big jazz fan. Um, but yeah, so yeah, Hulk Hogan, you know, and I'm gonna say this about Hulk, right? Um, like I said, I was a big wrestling fan as a kid, I used to watch a lot of wrestling. So I watched a lot of WCW, a lot of ECW, a lot of WWF before it became WWE. So, and then TNA later on. So the thing with Hogan, right? I always thought Hogan was an overrated wrestler because he only had two moves, the body slam and the leg drop. But if you really look at what Hogan did for wrestling in the 80s, he took it to higher heights than that no other wrestler did. Because you gotta look, when Hogan became champion, before him there was Bob Backlund, Sergeant Slaughter, and the only one that was like close to what Hogan was, and Hogan stole superstar Billy Graham whole style. You know what I'm saying? He was just he stole his whole style. What superstar Billy Graham was ahead of his time, but for his era and for Vince Sr., he wasn't his go-to guy. If he would have came out in the 80s like Hogan did, he probably would have been the go-to guy for the company. But he came out in the 70s and he wasn't a go-to guy. But Bob Backlund was like the face of what wrestling was. Like the old school traditional wrestler. What Hogan did was he brought you MTV, rock and roll, cartoon, entertainment. He made it what it was, entertainment. He made the World Wrestling Federation entertaining sports where you bring in a bunch of celebrities into the game. So you got Mike Tyson, you got Run DMC, you got the who's who that want to get involved in the 80s, that want to get involved, Sylvester Stallone. All these people want to get involved in the sport because you got a Hulk Hogan. So he's bringing in the Alice Coopers. He's bringing in the Sidney Loppers. He's bringing in the Mr. T's. He bringing in all these big name people, and he's making the brand what it was. And that's what Hogan did. I give him his credit on that. He was influential on that. You know what I'm saying? And man, come on. Everybody watch wrestling, bro. What are you talking about? You don't know that black wrestling fans exist. Man, everybody watch wrestling, bro. That is crazy. You gonna say you ain't know that a black wrestling fan exists is crazy. I just gotta laugh at some of you trolls, man. Like, everybody watch wrestling in the back in the days. Like, you gotta understand it was a period of time. Like, 80, I always tell people 80s wrestling, 90s wrestling, and 2000s wrestling was the best wrestling. Let's keep it real. 80s, 90s, and the 2000s was the best wrestling. After that, wrestling just went, it became boring. But 80s, 90s, 2000s was the best wrestling. You know what I'm saying? That's when everybody watched wrestling. I don't care if it was, you know, WCW, ECW, WWF, everybody was watching wrestling. And that was the best era of wrestling. You know what I'm saying? So Hogan, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he was a good wrestler, but Hogan wasn't really. You know what really sold Hogan? His charisma. You know what I'm saying? The red, white, and the yellow and red. But then when the yellow and red when dudes started booing that, and he went into the Hollywood Hogan, Hall and Nash made him larger than life. You got to give Hall and Nash, the outsiders, they credit, because that dude was cool. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we got Little Waxy in the building. Hey, yo, I got the Pick Your Man's t-shirts coming up. I thank you for coming, stopping through. Yeah, Pick Your Man's t-shirts is on the way. We showed that yesterday. You know, sucker. You heard me? Sucker, Mr. Jackson. We appreciate you for coming in here, Mr. Jackson. Mr. Will Jackson, the rapper. You know what I'm saying? We got those Pick Your Man's t-shirts. But yeah, what he was able to do with the NWO was different levels. You know what I'm saying? You know, and you know, a lot of people liked Hogan, man. A lot of people liked him. You know, even though he said some wild shit, like as time went by, like around like 2015 when he said that N-word shit and was wilding. But I'm gonna keep it all the way real. Everybody liked that Hogan before that. And you know what I'm saying? Hogan got a lot of fans that are, you know, that watch wrestling back then that loved him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he did say that N-word shit. We know he did. You know what I'm saying? We all heard it. We seen him with the whole Trump thing. But, you know, I mean, what a man do in his past his prime is different from what he did when he was relevant. But mm, I ain't gonna go all the way in on him and say rest in peace, the man died. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But he did do a lot of craziness in the end of his career. You know what I'm saying? And he did a lot of foul stuff to a lot of wrestlers. You know what I'm saying? You heard the Ultimate Warrior how he felt about Hogan. You heard what Scott Steiner said about Hogan. You heard what Chris Benoit. A lot of them, you know, said what how they felt about him. You know, and then you got a lot of them that got love for him. So you know, it's like the people try to like say, oh, you know, the black wrestler. Like, listen, man, a lot of people don't have beef. Like people said Booker T got a beef with him. Booker T said, nah, I don't got a beef with Hogan. You know what I'm saying? I could have lost my job. The man didn't let me lose my job, you know, so I don't got a beef with him. Which is understandable. You know what I'm saying? People gotta look at it like this, man. Like, however that man feel, he feel. But it is what it is. Chris Benoit was framed. I love Chris Benoit. That's one of my favorite wrestlers. He definitely was framed. He was one of my favorite wrestlers. I actually met Chris Benoit when I was real young. I met him and Chris Jericho. You know what I'm saying? One of my favorite wrestlers. Chris Benoit is like my top five, top 10. He's in my top five, top 10. When you talk about wrestlers, like he's definitely in there. You know what I'm saying? The Rock is definitely in there. Booker's definitely in there. Sting is definitely in there. Scott Steiner, you know. It's a lot of dudes I could say that was like, my gosh, Kurt Angle was another one. But Chris Benoit was, man, that's one of my favorites. I don't care what nobody say. I really don't believe he killed himself and his family. I don't believe that. Now, The Rock not overhyped, though. The Rock was good for his era. You gotta look, Diamond. The Rock was good for his era because, Diamonds, you gotta look. When The Rock came out, right, in 96, as Rocky Maivia, you know, the character was corny, right? But when he transitioned to The Rock, when he transitioned to The Rock, when he started really becoming himself, like late 97, 98, and he took over the nation, yo, he transcended the whole game, man. And he was good for that era because his swag was like Puffy was big at that time, right? So Rock whole like if you look at Rock's style, he had like the Puff Daddy P Diddy style. So if you look at Rock in 9798, how he was dressing, the loafers, the Versace shirts, you know what I'm saying? He was dressing like Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Just look at how when he came out, when he like fuck the Maivia shit. Cause that was a corny character. But when he turned into The Rock, when 98 came, right? After 97, when 98 came, right? He threw Farouk out the nation. And he bought the whole team Rolexes. Yo, The Rock was that dude. I don't care what nobody say. The Rock was that dude. Bobby Lashley, my dude too. I fucks with Bobby Lashley. But The Rock was my dude, man. The Rock was, you know, yeah, he was. It was the Ric Flair mixed with the P Diddy look. If anybody look at that, like if you really look at that, his theme song was Hypnotized. People forgot he had Hypnotized as his theme song. That's what people keep forgetting. Like WWE, they be putting over music over the original music that they had. But if you go back and you listen, his theme song was Hypnotized. Real talk. So The Rock was Ric Flair mixed with Puff Daddy. That was that was really his character. If people really look at that, he had that bad boy swag. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, The Rock was that dude. Yeah, a lot of people don't remember that. Like Hypnotized was The Rock's theme song. People forget that, but that was his theme song. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that was my guy. Ric Flair didn't pass away. Hulk Hogan did. Yeah, but The Rock was that dude. When I remember, The Rock, man, had the greatest matches of all time, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, I didn't like what the WWE did to Chris Benoit, though. I remember he made The Rock tapped out. Yo, Ric Flair gonna always be Ric Flair the GOAT. But I remember Chris Benoit made um The Rock tap out. I forgot what pay-per-view that was. And it was I don't know if it was a fatal four-way or a triple threat. It was one of those matches. But he tapped out. He won the belt. And then the next day, oh, my cash app is $ Bullis Gotti, y'all. The next day, when he tapped out, right, in that match, Mick Foley took the belt from Benoit. Yeah, they did Benoit because Benoit was supposed to win that belt at that pay-per-view. But Mick Foley took the belt from Benoit, and then they had a fatal four-way match, and The Rock won the title again. You know. But yeah, I was a big Benoit fan. I was a big, WCW did him dirty. They took the title from Benoit. WWE did him dirty because he beat The Rock. He made The Rock tap out to the crossface. I remember that pay-per-view. But Mick Foley snatched the title from him, and then the bullshit happened. WWE should acknowledge that because he did win the WWE title, but I don't know why they don't. They don't acknowledge that, but he did win that title. Yeah, Benoit was a beast. Benoit was a beast. The crippler crossface, one of my favorites. I don't care what nobody say. He was a beast. Another one that was great, Loose Cannon, Brian Pillman. Another great one. You know, um, Ken Shamrock was great too. You know, it was. Wrestling back then was the shit, though. I don't care what nobody say. Wrestling back then was the shit. That's why I say, like, that Hogan era of wrestling, bro. And then after Hogan, bro, it got better. Cause like, let's keep it real. Like, the 80s wrestlers, like, besides the ones that came in the late 80s, but the 80s wrestlers that was like the mid 80s, bro, them dudes ain't had no great finishing moves. Like, and towards like when they got to like 88 to the 90s, them dudes had great finishing moves. Like they all had generic moves, bro. Like Mr. Perfect had one of the best moves ever. Rick Rude, Shawn Michaels, Lex Luger was dope. Lex Luger was dope with the torture rack, the pile driver, attitude adjustment. That's where John Cena got the attitude adjustment from Lex Luger, you know? And like it's a lot of dudes, man, that in that era, I always say like that late 80s to the 90s was the best era of wrestling. You know what I'm saying? You get the Undertakers, you get, the Vaders, you get dudes that come with them great moves from Japan. Cause I always say Japan, like if you ever watch New Japan Wrestling, like Japan wrestling right? And any wrestler that goes to Japan, they advance they skills. They advance they move sets. Like when you wrestle in America, like it's always basic moves. But if you look at like how the wrestlers was moving in Japan, like the power bomb was a move they was doing in Japan. They wasn't doing that in America. Like a lot of those moves, the DDTs, a lot of those moves that they brought to America, they brought it because of Japan. So salute, Trevor. So like when I was watching wrestling, bro, like, you know, it wasn't until the 90s, like, you saw great wrestling, great wrestling. Like, Undertaker's one of the greatest because Undertaker wrestled in Japan. That's why, Undertaker had multiple different moves. Like, that's why Undertaker one of my favorites, too. He's another one I fucks with heavy. Kane, too. I fucks with Kane. Brothers of Destruction. But what I liked about Undertaker is that Undertaker, yeah, he had the tombstone pile driver, he had the choke slam, you know what I'm saying? He had the last ride, but he had a lot of moves. He could fly like he was a fucking luchador. You know what I'm saying? Like his shit was so advanced. Now the DDT didn't come from Japan, but the F5, which is a variation of the DDT, came from Japan. The F5 came from Japan. There's a couple moves that came from Japan. You know what I'm saying? The reverse STO. A lot of those moves came from Japan. You know what I mean? But yeah, Japan had some good moves, man. Like I love watching Japan wrestling. Cause the UFC came from Japan. Like if you really watch the UFC, right? Especially when it first came out, a lot of that UFC shit came from the shoot fighting that they was doing in New Japan Wrestling. That's why I always tell people, like, if you go back and you look at New Japan Wrestling, Old Japan Wrestling, and then you watch early UFC, like the shit they was doing, that all came from Japan. Japan was far advanced than America Wrestling. And they shit is real shoot fighting. It ain't no bullshit, ain't none of that scripted shit. It's real shoot fighting. The whole NWO shit came from Japan. A lot of that, the stables, the factions, all that shit came from Japan. Japan is, I always say, is far advanced than a lot of shit, man. You know, it's very far advanced. I fucks with Japan all the time, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they like the UFC should have gave the Japan they credit because they didn't give like Pride, all that Pride shit. Before Pride it was UWF, I um New Japan Wrestling, Old Japan Wrestling, all that shit had all that mixed martial arts shit, shoot fighting shit. Cause shoot fighting is what they do in the UFC. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of them guys was dope wrestlers. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, Hulk Hogan, man, like I said, man, he was a great wrestler for his time, man. Even though, he went out bad. I'm gonna keep it real. Hogan did go out bad, man. We can't just act like he didn't go out bad. He went all the way bad. But what I will say is this is that what he did for the culture of wrestling, he did transcend it. But I'm going to also say that he did screw a lot of great wrestlers, man. That's why a lot of them dudes that they don't like him, bro. Like a lot of wrestlers, like I know they going to give him his flowers, but a lot of them guys, man, they hated him and Flair. You know what I'm saying? They just didn't like them guys, man. You listen to the shoots they be doing about them, man. It's like they felt they was motherfucking didn't let them be able to shine, man. You know, and that's how competitive that wrestling shit is, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of dudes didn't get to go to that Hogan level. Yeah, I heard Buff Bagwell lost one of his legs. That's crazy when I saw. The last time I saw Buff Bagwell, he was on Showtime on the show Gigolos. Like one of the dudes that was they say fucking Cassie, him and Buff Bagwell and another dude that they say was fucking Cassie. Like two of the dudes ended up doing an episode where they was doing like a freak off with a chick on Gigolos. I used to watch that shit like 12 at night. I was like, what the fuck Buff Bagwell doing on Gigolos, man? I was like, yo, Tom's is that hard, that dude? And he didn't look like him, like how he looked when he used to be on WCW. He looked totally different. I was surprised to see him on Gigolos, man. Mm-hmm. Because Buff was that dude. But my dude was Scott Steiner though, man. Scott Steiner was a beast. Goldberg too. Goldberg too. I don't like what WWE did to Goldberg, man. If y'all gonna retire your man, retire him right. But Scott Steiner was a beast. And Goldberg was a beast. You know what I mean? Sting was my guy. Sting was my guy. From the Surfer to the Crow Sting. Sting was my guy, man. I don't care what nobody say, man. Like when he turned dark and he started walking around with that black bat. Oh my God, bro. I could tell you, man, I was legendary. Big Papa Pump was that dude, man. Big Papa Pump was that dude. See, here's the thing, right? A lot of people don't know this, but WWF and WCW was that Godfather gimmick and that Big Papa Pump gimmick is the same gimmick if y'all really look at it. Steiner, I think Steiner, he was doing it first, but Godfather transcended it because he had the whole line, but both of them was kind of on that pimping shit. I fuck with Godfather and I fuck with Scott Steiner. That was my guy, Freakzilla. Dude had the freaks. Big Papa Pump was that dude, my nigga. He said, holla if you hear me. That was my guy. Jim Jones in jail. I ain't hearing nothing about Jim Jones in jail. Where you heard that at? Jim Jones got locked up? I didn't hear that. I didn't know he got locked up. I did not hear that. I did not hear that. I didn't hear nothing about Jim Jones locked up. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I was a WCW a while back. Oh, I thought that was new. I was a WCW, I was a WWF, and I was an ECW guy. You know what I'm saying? I like the ECW, I like the WWF, and I like the WCW. I liked it like ECW. My guys on ECW at the time was Mike Awesome. I was a big Shane Douglas fan. And I liked the RVD. Love RVD. RVD is my guy. And when Rhino came out, he was a beast. And Tags. Like, those was my guys right there. You know what I'm saying? Tags was my guy. You know what I'm saying? Tags was a beast. Yo, when he come out with that theme music and he got the fucking black towel on his head, and you hear that beat, that was my shit, B. That was my shit. Yo, Taz was that dude, son. T-bone suplex. And then when he put you in that Kakina lock, it's over. It's over. You know, Benoit my dude. Come on, bro. Benoit's my dude. I'm a big Benoit fan. Come on, you already know. Perry Saturn was a beast. I didn't like how they did Perry Saturn though towards the end with the whole mop shit. When he was with Terry Reynolds. Well, he was with Terry Reynolds and shit. They had him with the mop. I ain't like that shit. I'm like, yo, son, This nigga's a beast. Why the fuck y'all putting it with a fucking mop? You know what I'm saying? Like Perry Saturn was top tier. How y'all gonna make him goofy? You know what I'm saying? Like he was a beast. Like he was incredible in the ring. You know what I'm saying? He was incredible. Like incredible. But I understand that they wanted to punish him because he beat up the jobber. He did the jobber dirty. But that was my guy. Fuck with him. Yeah. Hold on real quick though. Hold on real quick though, y'all. Yeah, so yeah, but you know, yeah, Lex Luger was that dude. I fucks with Lex Luger. I like the Lex Express. Lex Luger was my guy. See, Lex Luger was a great heel than a good guy. He never should have been a good guy. He always should have been a bad guy. He's a great bad guy. You know what I'm saying? Certain wrestlers is good guys, and certain wrestlers is great bad guys. Lex Luger was a great bad guy. He was a great villain. Goldust, yeah, that's that dude. Goldust was that dude. You know what I'm saying? I remember when Val Venus was smashing his wife. Remember that? Remember Val Venus was smashing his wife? You know what I'm saying? He was smashing his wife. Val Venus was smashing the Japanese dude wife. Remember? What's the remember the Japanese dude had the sword, he cut the thing like he was gonna cut his dick off? Choppy choppy! Yeah, nigga, that was some good. I ain't gonna lie, that was some good shit. The wrestling back then was good wrestling, bro. Oh yeah, Four Horsemen all day. Austin was my guy, but the best Steve Austin moment of all time, in my opinion, was when Steve Austin at WrestleMania 17, when him and Vince McMahon finally squashed their differences and was on the same team, and they screwed The Rock. That was the best moment that I saw Steve Austin, because Steve Austin hated Vince, right? This dude was a good guy like his whole career. And then he finally screws The Rock over. And then you hear Jim Ross cursing Steve Austin the fuck out with Paul Heyman, him and Paul Heyman. And I was like, yo, that was the best heel turn I ever saw in my life, bro. Cause The Rock was supposed to win that. Rock was Rock was gonna win. This man come down there, man, and get that nigga Austin the steel chair, boy. Yeah, Bret Hart was that dude. You know what I mean? Shawn Michaels was that dude too. I was a big Shawn Michaels fan. Shawn used to be wearing that fly shit. I ain't gonna lie. Shawn Michaels was another one that used to be rocking that fly shit. He stayed in some polo. I ain't gonna lie. Shawn Michaels stayed in some polo. He had a fresh leather jacket. Like, he was the cool one. Triple H tried too hard. But Shawn Michaels was the cool one. Triple H tried too hard to be cool. It's kind of like Hulk Hogan. When you try too hard to be cool, like Shawn just was cool. Straight up and down. Shawn Michaels was just cool. You know what I'm saying? It was like Triple H just copied the whole Shane Douglas. I tell anybody, he copied the whole Shane Douglas formula that he did in ECW, the whole franchise shit. And then he turned himself into the game. The game is basically the WWE version of the franchise. If anybody peep it, you'll understand it. You know what I'm saying? But Triple H wasn't like how Shawn Michaels was that dude. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Sabu was that dude, but Shawn Michaels was that dude, son. Like Shawn Michaels was like, yo, Austin was scared to fight Goldberg. Austin was scared to fight Goldberg. Or remember, Austin was in ECW. His rival was Sandman. Remember, Mikey Whipwreck, Stone Cold. Or he wasn't Stone Cold. He was just Stunning Steve. Stunning Steve Austin, Mikey Whipwreck, and Sandman had that rivalry in ECW. If you remember, that helped out Austin. That made Austin who he was when he went to ECW, and then when he came to WWF, he was the ringmaster, and then from the ringmaster he became Stone Cold Steve Austin. But he was Stunning Steve Austin. You know what I'm saying? He really wasn't that guy. Like Pillman was that guy. Like his partner when Brian Pillman and him was tag team, he was that guy. Like Scott Hall's that guy. Kevin Nash is cool, but Scott Hall's that guy. You know what I'm saying? Promo wise, swagger. Like Scott Hall is that fucking guy, man. Mike Awesome is my fucking guy. I fucks with Mike Awesome. They stay rocking FUBU. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, son. Yo, if y'all ever watched WCW back in the days, yo, they stay rocking that FUBU. I don't know if FUBU was dressing them, but yo, Kevin Nash, Lex Luger, all of them was rocking FUBU, son. All of them was rocking FUBU, son. They stayed in FUBU. If y'all was watching WCW in the 90s, yo, they stayed in that for us, by us, heavy. They was rocking FUBU heavy. If y'all ever go back and watch it when they in their street clothes, I'm talking like 98, 99, 2000-ish, they was on that FUBU wave. Real talk on WCW. I remember because they was rocking the FUBU jerseys, the FUBU hat, the FUBU sweaters. They was rocking FUBU crazy. The NWO. I don't care what nobody say, son. Scott Hall was even rocking FUBU heavy. You know what I'm saying? Scott Steiner was rocking FUBU. Like, they all was rocking FUBU heavy. That's why I was like, yo, FUBU really dressing them big? Yeah, Lita was bad. I ain't gonna lie. Trish was bad too. Yeah, it was some bad bitches, man. Like Chyna when she slimmed down, she was bad. I ain't gonna lie, son. You know. And Nikita Koloff was a beast. Nikita Koloff was a beast. Yeah, Terry was a bad one too. Yeah. Yeah, Trish was Trish had them big ass titties like Pam Anderson, boy. Had them big ass titties like Pam Anderson, son. She was the WWF Pam Anderson, my nigga. Real talk. Real talk, my nigga. Trish Stratus was the WWF Pamela Anderson, my nigga. Real talk. Real talk. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, Sable was that one, son. Sable and um Terry and who else? It was Jackie. Yeah, Jackie. Yeah, Jackie was bad as fuck. She had a fat old ass. Jacqueline. She had a fat old ass. Mm-hmm. This nigga said Hassan knows he was in a whole relationship line on Ben. I'ma speak on that nigga in a minute. Yeah, Scary Sherry. Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, man, those was the good fucking days of wrestling, man. Like, I miss them days of wrestling, man. Like, wrestling was wrestling back then. Eddie Guerrero was my guy. Come on, son. Eddie Guerrero with the low riders? With the low riders? My son Eddie was that dude. Like, Eddie was that dude, man. Like, come on, bro. That was like, back then. That's like, I tell people, right? The golden age, the greatest, like hip hop from 88 to 2005. Well, I say 2006. From 88 to 2006, hip hop was on fire, right? Those were the best moments of hip hop. 88 to 2006, right? In sports, right? Wrestling, the same thing. From the 80s to the 2000s. And it was, after that, it just went downhill. It Same thing with basketball. From the 80s to the fucking 2000s, it just was over. It fell off. Nah, I don't think Chris Benoit did that shit, man. I don't think that, man. I think, and I always believe this, man, that Kevin Sullivan knocked off Chris Benoit. I don't care what nobody said, bro. You gotta look at it like this, bro. Chris Benoit was fucking Kevin Sullivan's wife, bro. Let's get this clear. Kevin Sullivan and his ex-wife Nancy, right, fell in love with Chris. Dude was younger. Dude was that dude. She liked him. Kevin Sullivan tried his best to screw Chris over. That's why when they took the belt from him and gave it back to Sid, that was some bullshit because he won that match, but they wanted to screw Benoit because the politics of Kevin Sullivan being one of the bookers, and not only that, this man TYB's your wife, he's gonna hold a grudge. So I always believe that he knocked off Benoit. I never believed that Benoit gonna kill his family and all that. It just didn't make no sense to me. And then the more evidence that come out, it still don't make no sense. He was gonna be a champion. That's the thing that people don't look. He was slated to be the ECW champion. He was going to beat CM Punk to be the ECW. So why would a dude that is already scheduled to be the champion go kill himself? Come on. Dynamite Kid was that dude. That was Benoit's mentor, Dynamite Kid. That's who he patted himself from, is Dynamite Kid. You know, but Benoit was one of the greatest. I just hated how WWE did him. Kurt Angle's another great one. I just hated what WWE did, man. Like they stopped talking about him. They don't celebrate him, and I get it. It's the gruesome act what happened, but we gotta look at it like we don't know what happened. You know what I'm saying? So for people to just stop celebrating him, that's crazy. Because look, I fucks with Jimmy Fly Snooker, but they say he killed the shorty in the hotel. Jimmy Fly Snooker, we gonna stop celebrating him too? You just gotta look at the legacies of what these dudes did, man. You can't erase Benoit out of history because he's in ECW history, he's in WCW history, he's in WWF's history. History is fucking history, man. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Kevin Sullivan definitely killed that man. You know what I'm saying? You know, so definitely run them likes up, man. So now, let's get into it, man. You know what I mean? I know a lot of motherfuckers is like, yo, this nigga Gotti talk about wrestling. Yeah, I'm a big wrestling fan, nigga. You can't tell me, nigga. Shit. That was my soap operas, nigga, that wrestling, bro. Shit. Nigga, I ain't miss a Monday night. I ain't miss a Tuesday night. I ain't miss a motherfucking Thursday night. You know what I'm saying? I was watching my wrestling, bro. Like, ASAP, nigga. Like, basketball and wrestling, bro, that was it, bro. And football and baseball, nigga. That's all I watch. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then I love hip hop. So you put that together, bro. That's what we like sports, bro. Sports and music. Like Cameron said, sports, drugs, and entertainment. That's what we was into. You know, we love the sports and we love the entertainment. So, you know, I can't sit here. Those are the best era of sports. The people ask me. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I was so mad that I didn't go to WrestleMania 20. WrestleMania 20 is one WrestleMania that I wanted to go to so bad, bro. And I was mad that that we didn't get the tickets for that. Cause I wanted to see Benoit win that World Heavyweight title, bro. You know what I'm saying? That was a historical matchup, and that was a historical event because that dude Benoit is what you call the epitome of a great wrestler, bro. You know, and that Undertaker and Kane match was great. You know, even though they did that before at WrestleMania. What was it? WrestleMania. What was that WrestleMania 12, 13, 14? Was it WrestleMania 14 or 15? I think it was 14. Yeah, WrestleMania 14 they did that. That was the first one they did. And then they did it again at WrestleMania 20, the casket match. But they always have a great matchup, Kane and Undertaker. You know what I'm saying? And that was the first time they brought the dead man out. You know what I'm saying? Cause I liked it. I ain't gonna lie. I liked the American Badass Undertaker. That's really Undertaker's real personality. He's really a biker. Like he's really into that biker life. Like so when he was American Badass, he was being Mark. He wasn't being the Undertaker. So when he went back to the dead man, cause he wasn't a dead man, he stopped being a dead man after '99. You know? So but he's really a biker, like straight up. Like if you know about Undertaker's life, that's what he do. He ride them Harleys, he ride them bikes. You know what I'm saying? He that type of dude. Black glasses. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm surprised they ain't never put him in a biker movie because he really fit the script of a biker gang warlord, man. Best tag team, damn. The Outsiders, Hall and Nash. Um, shit. New Age Outlaws. Those are my motherfucking dudes, man. My son Billy Gunn and my dude Road Dog, Steiner Brothers. Definitely another great tag team. Luger and Sting was a great team also. Edge and Christian, definitely up there as greatest tag team. Um, the Dudleys. And then there was another tag team I'm trying to think. Just Incredible and Lance Storm was a great one too. I'm trying to think another team that was like, oh, Harlem Heat. Harlem Heat was the shit. Stevie Ray and Booker T. Um, Farouk and Bradshaw was the shit. I ain't gonna lie. What's another one? I'm trying to think. Another team. So I ain't gonna lie. Benoit Malenko was great. Benoit Malenko was great. Like people don't talk about Dean Malenko and Benoit. They was a great tag team. Holly's was definitely a good team. Um, Marty and Sean was good, but Sean and Hall was great, and Sean and Triple H was great also. Um, when they first did, but yeah, Malenko and Benoit was a good team. It was kind of fucked up that Pillman didn't get the last in the Horsemen because Him and Benoit could have been a great tag team. Oh, y'all know another team that slept on? I ain't gonna lie. Um, my boys from the Natural Born Thrillers, Sean O'Hara and fucking Jindrak. That was a good team. I ain't gonna lie. Oh, and Bam Bam Bigelow and Lance Storm was a good tag team. No. Candido and Bam Bam Bigelow. I'm bugging. Candido and Bam Bam Bigelow was a great team. Yeah, they was a great team. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. Yo, I wanted The Rock and Booker T to be a tag team, son. Like, I never understood why they couldn't be a tag team. Yo, imagine The Rock and Booker T being a tag team, like in the 2000s. Do y'all know how electrifying that team would have been? Bam, like you got Booker T, The Rock. That promo should have been crazy. That promo shit would have been crazy, son. That would have been crazy. If they'd have put them together as a team, son, that would have been crazy, son. You know? I ain't gonna lie, son. Like, cause they the same. If you look at Booker and you look at The Rock, they the same character. D'Lo Brown, that's my dude. Come on, bro. D'Lo Brown and Mark Henry. D'Lo Brown and Godfather. Who you want to name? D'Lo Brown and Owen Hart. Come on, bro. That's my dude. You know what I'm saying? Nah, they both good. Like Booker and The Rock was both great. I ain't gonna lie. They was both great. Yeah, Killer Bees is slept on. Shelton Benjamin was the shit. I ain't gonna lie. Ahmed Johnson was a beast. You know. Now, but Booker T, you know what's so nice about Booker T? Booker T just was dope in the ring, bro. Like he was a beast. Like he was literally a beast. Like if you really look at Booker T's work ethic and how he got down in that ring, like he was that dude. Like the whole scissors kick, the bookend. You know what I'm saying? If you look at the bookend and then you look at the rock bottom, it's the same move. It's the same move. You know what I'm saying? The same move. That's why I said the Rock and him would have been a great team, bro. Oh yeah, that was my game. That was my game. Nah, they didn't. WCW didn't use Japanese wrestlers good either, bro. But they stole a lot. Like, that's why I said WWE, ECW, WCW stole a lot from Japan. They stole a lot from Japan, but they didn't use the Japanese wrestlers right. They stole a lot from Japanese wrestling, like All Japan, New Japan. They stole a lot from that shit. Like FMW. Like if you look at a lot of that, like the barbed wire matches and all that, like the electrifying gates and all that, like they took all that shit from New Japan. Like all that shit that they was doing in Japan was ahead of its time. So when WWE does it, or ECW does it, or you know what I'm saying, WCW do it, it's different. Nah, man, we can't say rest in peace to Chris Benoit, man. Chill with that, man. I fucks with Benoit, bro. That's my guy. I can't do that, man. I fucks with Benoit, bro. Like I said earlier, I don't believe he killed his family, bro. That dude's the GOAT, man. I don't believe that shit, bro. I never will believe that shit, man. Like he was a good guy, man. Like if you like I tell people I met Chris Benoit as a kid, bro. I still got the autograph. I gotta find the autograph where it's at, but I still got the autograph of Benoit, bro. Like him, Jericho. This is when Jericho and him was the tag team champions. This is when they beat Austin and Triple H for the tag team belts. Like, they was one of my favorite tag teams. Jericho and Benoit, like, low key. You know, right after The Rock and Jericho, it was Benoit and Jericho. And fucking Benoit is one of the greatest, bro. One of the greatest, bro. Yeah, bro. Benoit was one of the greatest, my nigga. Like, his yo, when that beat used to come on, when that theme song, yo, that was my shit. That was my shit. No matter whatever you got, whatever you want, I take I could get. Yo, when he did this, when he did this, when he did that, it was a rap. Go a lie, son. When that nigga been watching, when he do that, oh my god, bro. When he did this, you know it was gonna be over for you, bro. It was gonna be over for you. Another dude that had a great finishing move. Now Orton, that dude, I fucks with Randy Orton. Randy Orton, that dude. Randy Orton is that dude, man. Batista, that dude too. Don't sleep on Batista. Batista, that dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, Batista had the best. Like, I always say, man. Like, I fucked with John Cena. Like, when John Cena went to Raw, I was like, nah, fuck John Cena, man. He became overrated to me. But when Batista went to SmackDown, he carried SmackDown on his back. I'm not gonna lie. Brock Lesnar's my guy. When Batista went to SmackDown, he had SmackDown lit. I didn't give a fuck about Raw. I was watching SmackDown. You know, like I said, John Cena, he became like, I'm gonna keep it real with you. John Cena killed, like, no disrespect, I like John, but John Cena killed wrestling, bro. When he went with all that PG shit, he took it back to that fucking eat your vitamins type of shit, bro. I'm like, damn, dog, why you, like, you brought it back to that, like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, when he first started, he was cool. Then when he started that hustle, loyalty, and respect, and you know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, his theme song hard. And the crazy part about it is, a lot of people don't know that that record was supposed to be Ghostface Killer record. Time is now. That was a Ghostface Killer record. You know what I'm saying? But Ghostface Killer passed on that record. That was supposed to be on Fish Scale. You know what I'm saying? And John Cena got that record. And don't get twisted, it's a fire record. You know what I'm saying? But John Cena just became like, he became whack to me, son. Like, I was fucking with, but I ain't gonna lie, I was fucking with that dude Batista, bro. Batista was, dude, Batista come out, when you hear that, that beat was hard, son. That beat was hard. You know what I'm saying? And Rick Rude, that dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, Batista went crazy, man. Like I said, Batista had the best run from, like, I say from '05 to like '09. It was his best run. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Like, John Cena to me, like, after like '05, I stopped fucking with John Cena, man. He got boring to me. You know what I'm saying? They started making him into the Hulk Hogan of his era. Like, he was the Hulk Hogan of his era. I ain't gonna lie. John Cena was the Hulk Hogan of his era. Yeah, Batista was an animal, son. Batista was cutting edge, man. You know what I'm saying? He's cutting edge. See, I fuck with New Jack, but I ain't like when New Jack did to that dude, son. The transit dude, man, that was fucked up what that dude did, man. Like, and to keep it real, it should have never went like that because dude really wasn't no professional wrestler. And when he stabbed dude in the head and did him dirty like that, that was fucked up, man. It's kind of like Abdullah the Butcher, bro. Like I get it, y'all gimmick is to be hardcore, but damn, dog, you ain't gotta fuck somebody all the way up till they, they end up can't wrestle no more, son. You know what I'm saying? And New Jack almost killed that man, bro. You know what I'm saying? He almost killed that man. Abdullah Butcher gave and I understand why that dude Hannibal be going crazy on him, but he gave dude hepatitis, bro. So I can understand why people look at these dudes like New Jack and they really don't have no real sympathy for them dudes because they really did some real sick shit, man. And I get it. They character is to be hardcore as fuck, but come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like with New Jack, I ain't like what New Jack did. Yo, dog, you stabbing dude in the head. Like I ever seen that video? Like with Abdullah the Butcher? Nah, Abdullah, no, New Jack on ECW, the transit shit. Y'all ever seen that video? I remember watching that on ECW, bro. Like, I think the kid was like, what he was like, 17, 18? I think he was like 17. I think he was 17. Was he like 17 or he was young though. And he basically stabbed him in his fucking head with the shit. 17. Yeah, he was 17. He was 17. He wasn't even old enough. He came in the ring. He stabbed the shit out of him. Like he was busting his head open. Like he was trying to make him bleed. And he fucked him up. And I think the dude, after that match, I think he became blind. He got some type of handicap after that match. But it was kind of fucked up because it hurt New Jack's career. Yeah, he was 24. I know he died. But it was an attempted murder in the ring. It was really an attempted murder in the ring. And the dude didn't think it was going to end like that. He didn't think that he was going motherfucking. He died a few years later. But he didn't think he was going to be motherfucking like fucked up like that. And like it was so fucking crazy that New Jack just went crazy, and then they just blackballed him. Like that's why his whole career he just was in the indies and he didn't get the go nowhere. And Paul Heyman and them got sued because of that shit. You know, he got sued because of that shit. But that mass transit incident was crazy. Like that hurt New Jack career, man. Yeah, he got the TNA, but WWE wanted to sign him and he couldn't. WWE didn't want to touch him. WCW didn't want to touch him. TNA touched him because they was an upstarting group, company. But yeah, them two companies ain't want to touch New Jack. You know what I'm saying? Like he really like, and I think they was gonna sign him right before that incident, if I'm not mistaken. But I know that that incident turned them off though. That transit incident. That was he fucked dude all the way the fuck up, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. Like that was oh god. It's crazy. And I think Devon and Maven spoke about that not too long ago. You know? You know? But yeah, man. New Jack, man, he different type of motherfucker, man. That's a different type of motherfucker right there, man. That's a crazy motherfucker. But yeah. Oh, Raven. Oh my God, bro. You ever seen when he crucified Sandman, bro? You ever seen when Kurt Angle said he was gonna sue the shit out of fucking ECW if they did not play the footage of him being at that fucking event? Like, because it was so hard. Like, he was horrified by that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because he got this man hanging and crucified. And you got this Olympic gold medalist that's there in y'all company. And he comes out of the love. This is what people don't know. Out of the love of Taz, he was going to join the company. And he just fucking like, it's crazy. You know? ECW, man. Cutting edge shit, man. ECW. ECW. Them chairs used to be crazy, bro. But yeah, man. So yeah, we talk so much about wrestling, man. I ain't even get into what I was getting ready, what I came here to talk about. So let's talk about this Epstein shit. Y'all know I gotta talk about the Epstein shit. Let's talk about it, y'all. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. Ice Age. I remember that, Ice. So y'all seen videos came out with Epstein and Trump and all that. Let me just tell people this, right? And this is real facts. When it comes to politics, all this shit is political theater, right? A lot of these people that believe that Trump was going to expose himself or his relations or his dealings with Epstein's, people is sadly mistaken, bro. Epstein was a blackmailer, whatever you want to call, Mossad agent. That's what he was. And he was a dude that's like, think of the Lord of War. Y'all ever seen the movie Lord of War with Nicolas Cage? It's one of my favorite movies. Think of the Lord of War, right? Think of, I'm not going to say Wag the Dog. I always talk about Wag the Dog. But think of Lord of War, and it's another movie. It's a great movie, though, that depicts a character like Epstein. Somebody give me the name of that movie. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. It's a good movie. I'm trying to think of it. But the guy, he was like a political guy, and he was blackmailing motherfuckers. I'm trying to think. It's gonna come to me. It's gonna come to me. But if people really look at that, The Jackal was a good movie too. I like that movie, but not The Jackal. It's a movie, man. It's with Michael Douglas, man. Y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about, bro. Y'all know what I'm talking about, dog. You know what I'm saying? It's with Michael Douglas, and I'm gonna name another movie, but it's with Michael Douglas, man. It's Michael Douglas, Sean Penn, man. Let me see if y'all. Let me see if y'all really movie buffs. If y'all know the movie I'm talking about, man. If y'all don't, I'm gonna tell y'all the name of the movie. But it's a good movie though. It's a classic. Like, that's what I think of America when I see what's going on. Gully TV's a bozo. No, not that movie. I'm gonna see the game. My boy Mike S know his shit. Mike S know his shit, bro. Mike S, you know your shit, bro. Now, if y'all ever seen the movie The Game, or y'all ever seen The Lord of War, And it's another movie, and y'all love this movie, Fight Club. Y'all ever seen Fight Club, right? Tyler Durden, that's Jeffrey Epstein, bro. And if y'all ever seen The Game, and y'all ever seen Lord of War, all those movies like that show you characters like a Jeffrey Epstein. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I look at it. He was a dude that, yeah, y'all gotta see that movie. I ain't never seen motherfucking Lord of War with Nicolas Cage, or y'all ain't see The Game by Michael Douglas, Sean Penn. That's one of my favorite movies, bro. Like, yo, let me tell y'all something, bro. There's a couple movies that I like. Collateral's another one with Tom Cruise and Jamie Foxx. That movie right there, yo, niggas talk about Heat, right? And Heat is fire. Don't get me wrong. Val Kilmer, Robert De Niro, Tom Sizemore, Al Pacino, Tone Loc is also in that movie. That movie is fire. Don't get me wrong. The scenes is crazy with the way they got the hammers, the camera. But yo, Collateral with Jamie Foxx and Tom Cruise. The game, not Surviving the Game. That's a good movie too. Yo, if y'all never seen Collateral by Michael Mann, yo, that's one of my favorite movies. Go watch that movie, sir. Go watch that movie. Y'all want to watch? It's on YouTube. Go watch Collateral, son. That club scene, yo, fuck the scene where he asked a dude the jazz question about Miles Davis. Fuck that scene. That scene was intense too. Fuck the briefcase scene, yo, homie. Fuck that. Fuck the briefcase scene. That club scene is the best scene in Collateral, son. Cause yo, how long he was shooting in that club. Yo, bro, he got his shit off in that club scene. He take one dude, put him in the chokehold, walk him with the club with the gun out. Yo, son, Tom Cruise is a beast in that movie, son. Yo, I don't know why Tom Cruise. Yo, son, I'm gonna put this idea out there on my channel. And if one of these movie directors see this, yo, please do a John Wick movie with Tom Cruise as the villain, right? Keanu Reeves and John Wick and Tom Cruise, whatever character you want to make him, right? Go head to head. That's going to be a box office smasher. Keanu Reeves, Tom Cruise. And then you could add my boy from the UK, Jason Statham, in that shit. Because my son Jason Statham is my dude. And a lot of people don't know Jason Statham is in Collateral. And I ain't even know the Easter egg. Peep the Easter egg, right? The Easter egg shit is crazy. Transporter, his transporter character is a character in Collateral. When he meets him in the airport, niggas don't even know that. Yo, son, I didn't even know that till somebody put me on and say, yo, son, they did an Easter egg in that movie, son. They like, yo, son, you ain't peep, but yo, Tom Cruise character and Jason Statham character in Transporter is connected to that movie. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, man. I had to watch that movie again and say, oh shit, I ain't even know that, bro. But yeah, man, that's one of my favorite movies, Collateral, bro. Like, I don't care what nobody say, man. That movie right there, that scene when they was in the club, yo, son, he got his shit off, bro. Yo, son, the dude shot the FBI agent in the leg. He shoot the black security guard. He shoot all the All the Asian dude goons, he killed them all up. And the dude, the boss dude, killed him. Then he goes outside. This is the crazy part about that scene too, right? This is the crazy thing about that scene. I'm gonna keep it real. The crazy part about that scene. Yo, how the fuck? Let's keep this real. How the fuck did he get in that motherfucking cab? I'm gonna speak about that in a minute. I'm gonna speak about that I Smoke Hip Hop shit in a minute, Jason. How the fuck did he get to the cab before Jamie Foxx? He done shot the whole club up. I'm trying to always visualize how the fuck did he get in the cab and how the fuck did he know Jamie Foxx was coming outside with Mark Ruffalo character who was the cop? How the fuck did he know that, bro? Like that scene always triggered me. Cause I'm like, yo, son, he shot the club up, everybody coming downstairs. How the fuck he was able to get the fuck out of here before them and get in the cab, blow Son down, and then drive the fuck off? I'm like, nah, son. Nah, son. Yeah, they got stuck upstairs. Cause they was trying to get up out of it. But I was trying to figure out how did when Jamie got downstairs, right? And Mark Ruffalo character, who was the cop, how the fuck did he get the shot off and how the fuck he got in the cab? That scene always baffles me, that scene, bro. Oh, I see. So he went out the back exit. He didn't go out. So Jamie went out the front and he went out the back. I see now. See, I didn't know that. I didn't know that cause when he was getting his shot off, I didn't know where the fuck he went out after that scene because he was dumping the whole scene of that movie. He was just shooting. Like he had a whole fighting scene where he fighting three Asian dudes. They kind of he fucked up the three Asian dudes. Stabbed him up. Collateral. He stabbed the Asian dude in the knee. I'm like, oh shit, this motherfucker got his shit off, man. But yeah, that's my movie, son. Collateral, that shit, man. Collateral. And then the crazy part is after they did Collateral, Jamie Foxx did Miami Vice. Now, Miami Vice was a good movie with Michael Vermeen. I ain't gonna lie. I like Miami Vice, the movie. Cause I liked that club scene where the dude told Son, he said, she's sick, man. And he beat up the Zopound niggas. Yo, that scene was crazy. He beat up the two Zopound niggas in the club. You know what I'm saying? Then Kingdom, which is another good movie. That was another good movie. Kingdom was hard. I was watching Kingdom the other night. Kingdom was hard, Vaughn. Yo, Kingdom? Yo, the fucked up part about that movie, son, is when he kills homie, the Saudi dude. When Son come out the room with the hammer in his hand, he shoots Son in the neck, and Son dies. And then they shoot homie, the young boy. They shoot and kill him. Then the old man got the AK. Old man starts sucking. He said, Allahu Akbar. Then they shoot the old man. I'm like, yo, that movie Kingdom was crazy, son. And homie that they killed, he was on my show. I used to watch it on FX all the time. Tariq. Yo, I was mad when they canceled that shit. Yo, King of New York, that's my movie, man. That's my movie, bro. He said, no dope deals, no nothing. Movie was crazy. He said, yo, Frank, you're something else. You're something else, Frank. That dude Larry, man, the Chinese cat, man. He ain't want to get down. Chinese cat Larry was not trying to get down with Frank, man. He was not trying to fuck with Frank, bro. Nigga Lawrence Fishburne was crazy. Lawrence Fishburne was crazy in that movie. Remember when he killed Wesley Snipes? And he was laughing. Then my son from CSI Miami and NYPD Blue, he blew him away. David Caruso, he blew him away out of nowhere, and he just a laughing. He like ha 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 ha. Ha. He done killed Wesley Snipes. He just laughing. This motherfucker done got shot, and he just laughing, nigga. He done shoot this nigga. He still laughing. This nigga kills him, shoots him, put the gun in his mouth, and blow him away. Yo, that movie King of New York was one of my movies, man. Y'all watch that movie. I remember one time I watched that movie like 100 times, bro. Yeah, he spit in Lawrence Fishburne's face. He spit in Lawrence Fishburne's face. Wesley Snipes. But you know what's crazy? Wesley ended up, that's how you know divine intervention. Goodfellas is the shit. Wesley ended up doing, he said, oh, shoot me. Wesley ended up doing New Jack City. And that right there set the tone. I don't care what nobody said. Like, King of New York is that shit. But yo, when he played Nino, he played the cop in King of New York. But when he played Nino, oh my God. Nino was different, son. And Carlito's Way is my shit, man. He said, don't panic. I've been here before. He said, what he said? Last drinks for alcohol. Yeah, that was my movie, man. He said, I never liked that pretty motherfucker. He said, sit your $5 ass down before I start making change. That boy Wesley was, oh my God, he was a terror. See, this is a good movie. Now this is a good movie, motherfucking debate. I always say Sugar Hill and New Jack City. Now I always take Sugar Hill over New Jack City. Why? Because that motherfucker Romello the fellow, yo, Romello was different, son. He said, look at him with the heavy bag. Look at him with the comic book. He said, my word is bomb. Yo, son. When he told Lolly, look at son on the heavy bag, then look at son reading the comic book. Yo, Cherokee the ass is, yo, she that bitch. I ain't gonna lie. My cousin almost fucked her. Yo, Menace was crazy. Blue Hill Avenue was my shit. My nigga E-Bone. That nigga E-Bone. That movie Blue Hill Avenue was the shit. See, Belly, I ain't gonna lie, Belly cinematography was A1. Just like Clockers. Like Clockers was my shit, son. That nigga Errol Barnes was, oh my God, that dude, Errol Barnes was ruthless, man. Errol Barnes was ruthless. He said, you gonna pay for that shit. You hear me? You gonna pay for that shit. That was my movie, bro. And the crazy part about that movie, yo, son, his brother ain't killed son. He ain't even killed son. That was the crazy part about that movie. And then in the end, they killed my nigga Scientific, Sticky Fingers, bro. Yo, Sticky Fingers was the best character in that movie, son. That nigga, yo, son. Yo, he said, yo, slow down, girl. Yo, easy, Veronica, slow down, girl. That shit'll still crack your ass up. Yo, son. Shorty said, I want the blue. Yo, she said, yo, I want the yellow one. Other shorty said, I want the blue one. He said, yo, that still crack your ass up. Yo, that chocolate mousse. Yo, son. The chocolate mousse was fucking Mekhi Phifer's stomach up the whole fucking movie, bro. He was spitting up blood the whole movie, bro. The whole movie, bro. Even the part where the nigga told, nigga, yo, he tried to talk slick to Rodney, my nigga. He said, yo, this is my wife, new car, nigga. He said, and I don't give a fuck. He said, I'll blow your brains all over the leather Corinthian with this motherfucker. And you know I don't give a fuck. Yo, son. Yo, that nigga, yo, when he told him that, and he held him on his lap, and he had that gun in his mouth, he said, yo, I'll blow your brains over the leather Corinthian with this motherfucker. You know, this is my wife, new car. You know I don't give a fuck. Yo, son, that movie, yo, Clockers is the shit, bro. In Too Deep, my shit, bro. Let me tell you something. In Too Deep, that nigga said, Frisco. He said, nigga, he said, all the bitches in the world and you try to step to my baby moms? So, he said, why you wilding out for? Why I'm wilding out? Why I'm wilding out? He said, rock like what? He said, God World. Yo, Jay Reed, Scar World, baby. He said, love it. Love it. Yo, that nigga God was ruthless, bro. He said, why you wilding out for? He said, why I'm wilding out? Wilding out like what? Rock like what? Yo, son. Nigga came to the crib. He said, yo. I'm trying to get a little eat on. Nigga took him in the bathroom. Yo, he grabbed the nigga by his neck, took him in the bathroom. Yo, my son, Wee Baby was like, yo, you messing with dude right there? Yo, dude lame, yo. He ain't gonna be good no more. Yo, he standing there trying to flirt with Shorty while her man getting his tongue cut off, getting beat the fuck up. My God, son, that nigga, God, yo, son, that movie was crazy. That movie was crazy, son. In Too Deep was, oh my God, bro. See, Belly, yo, let me tell you something. The funniest scene in Belly, son. Yeah, that pool table was crazy. The funniest scene in Belly, yo, he said, your mans? He said, your mans? Yo, he go over there. He said, yo, where that smoke at? So, yo, right over there. He said, yo, strip, nigga. Oi, oi, strip, nigga. Think it's a fucking gay? Strip, nigga. Yo, Nas was already killing son. He said, yo, son, why you over there drinking like it's the 1980s, nigga? That nigga said, he said, yo, where that smoke at, man? He said, strip, nigga. Oi, oi. He said, what the fuck, nigga? Yo, son, that nigga X did him dirty, son. He thinking the nigga go get the weed, nigga. He beating the nigga, pistol whipping the nigga and all that. Yo, son. Yo, State Property 1 was crazy. See, State Property 1 was fire. But State Property 2 was just hilarious. That was just a comedy. State Property 1 was like ultra serious, a little bit of funny, but it was ultra serious. State Property 2 was just a fucking comedy, my nigga. That nigga El Plaga. Nigga said, yo, biggest, yo, son. Yo, what the shit? Yeah, that nigga was blowing his nose, pressing them niggas. Yeah, that shit was crazy. Now, my favorite scene in State Property, he said, yo, what hand you roll up with? Said, what hand you roll up with? Nigga Beans shot that nigga in his hand, son. Say, yo, Beans. Yo, come on, Beans. Come on, Beans. Say, yo, what hand you roll up with? Nigga clapped that nigga hand, son. That nigga baby boy was laughing. Nigga baby boy, yo, that nigga was stupid, son. Them niggas laughing. He said, yo, it ain't funny, my nigga. What hand you roll up with? Nigga tried to talk crazy, nigga. Nigga told him what hand you roll up with and shot that nigga in his hand. Bah! Nigga hand go. That nigga hurt that nigga hand. That nigga was tight, bro. That nigga was tight, bro. That movie and fucking Paper Soldiers, Beans was a bully, son. Yo, Paper Soldiers. Yo, that nigga Stu ain't give son no breaks. Every time he saw that nigga, he beating the nigga the fuck up, bro. In Paper Soldiers, bro. He was beating the nigga the fuck up every time he saw. Then it was the scene he beat the nigga baby moms. When he beat the nigga baby moms up. And the nigga say, yo, I'm tired of this shit. Yo, son. This nigga walked up on him. He had the grip. This nigga take the grip from him, pistol whip him, beat him something more vicious. I'm like, damn, Stu. Damn, bro. Paid to for my shit, bro. My favorite scene there. He said, yo, I ain't eating. What you mean you ain't eating? He said, I ain't eating. Nigga shot him in his ass, bro. Said, get your ass up off the block. So you got a chain now. You shining now. You shining now. Nigga say you shining now, bro. The movie was crazy, bro. Paid in Full was crazy, bro. Now I'm gonna tell y'all a funny ass movie, son. And y'all niggas, I don't know why y'all niggas forgot this movie, son. I don't know why y'all niggas act like y'all forgot that movie, son. Next Day Air, nigga. Next Day Air was that shit, boy. When they went up in the crib, bought them bricks. When they went up in the crib, bought them bricks, nigga. And he told them niggas, yo, we ain't got your package. And my son came in there and said, yo, I'm coming to get my package. And my son Ghost looking. And then my son Eddie Winslow was looking. Yo, son, I still want to know, son. Why my son... Yo, you gotta watch Next Day Air, bro. Yo, why my son ain't get that motherfucking shot? Yo, Eddie Winslow ain't get that shotty out that bag, son. He was holding that bag the whole time. How the fuck you ain't get the shotty out the bag, my nigga? That he ended up getting killed. He ain't pull that shotty out, man. Ghost get shot. He ended up ain't bringing the shotty out. He get killed. Then Ghost ended up shooting the bodyguard, my nigga. Mike Epps had me dying, nigga. Mike Epps had me dying, bro. I ain't even know, Wood Harris had me dying too, son. But Mike Epps had me cracking the fuck up, my nigga. That nigga shooting the whole clip. He like, ah, that nigga. Hey, he ain't even hit Poppy, son. He ain't even hit Poppy, son. Poppy hit that nigga. Hit him in the chest 2 times, bro. I'm like, damn, son. Oh, let me speak on that. I'm about to speak on that Tech 9 and that Birdman shit. Oh, yo. Yo, Birdie, what's up, man? Yo, he said, I'm a soldier. You hear me? He said, I don't give a fuck about you. I'll kill you, and I'll kill this nigga right here. He said, yo, niggas. He said, don't hold out on me, man. He said, don't hold out on me, my nigga. Yo, that nigga beat both of them niggas' asses, my nigga. Then, in the end, after they win the game, my nigga Pac started screaming on son. He like, handle your business. Got my nigga clipped, boy. Wood Harris, that dude, son. I don't care what nobody said, man. Wood Harris, Omar Epps, Wood Harris, Mekhi Phifer. When you talk about hood movies, you need them dudes in the hood movie. I don't care what nobody say, bro. You need Omar Epps, you need Mekhi Phifer, you need Wood Harris if you want to do a hood movie. And then add my son, the OG of hood movies, Wesley Snipes in there. You gonna have a fire-ass hood movie, son. Real talk. You gonna have a fire-ass hood movie. Cause Juice, my God. He said, yo, this nigga scared. Yo, what you mean I ain't scared, man? He said, yo, I got a DJ contest Saturday night. I'ma hold on to the gun. He said, cause I already got it, motherfucker. Yo, Pac had me dying in Juice, son. Yo, I don't care what nobody say. Yo, when Pac do movies like Juice and Above the Rim, yo, that nigga, yo, he playing himself, bro. Yo, he was super New York in the movie, son. He said, yo, this nigga scared. He said, yo, Chinatown, motherfucker. I must have missed. And then, yo, when that nigga, he said, yo, I think, when Pac said, yo, I think you lost him. Boom, boom. That nigga hit Rodamaz. He said, Riverside, motherfucker. Nigga Pac put that hoodie on and just walked up out of there with them 40 belows on his way. Yo, Pac had them ill 40 belows, son. Yo, Pac had the ill 40 belows, my nigga. That nigga said, I think you lost him. Boom, boom. Yo, that's still my favorite movie right there, boy, Juice, man. Juice is... Yo, I always say, yo, when I watch New Jersey Drive, even though I fuck with New Jersey Drive, I ain't gonna lie. New Jersey Drive is my shit. But I always tell niggas, man, New Jersey Drive, and it's really a fact, was like the carbon copy of Juice. Just a Jersey version. But it was a carbon copy of Juice. If anybody watched New Jersey Drive, and both movies was done by Spike Lee, Clocker and New Jersey Drive at the same year. But the thing about New Jersey Drive, it was low-key a little bit like Juice. The nigga Midge was kind of like Bishop a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And Son was like Q, you know? But the fucked up part about it, in the end of the movie, which was the sad part, when he violated his mans, he got up on his face. You know what I'm saying? Son died. But that movie was similar, bro. Nigga lost his homies at the end. That was a crazy ass movie. I fuck with New Jersey Drive though. You know what I'm saying? But New Jersey Drive was low key. I'm not gonna lie, it was a low key, a Jersey version of Juice. I'll tell anybody that, man. You watch that, you be like, yo, damn, it really was. I was like a Jersey version of Juice. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, somebody was asking me about. Oh yeah, so I see y'all talking about that whack and the Tech Nine shit. So let me talk about that, the UNLV shit. So what I'm hearing is they saying Birdman, yeah, that record was hard. I can't forget about New Jersey. Well, Biz, I can't forget about New Jersey. I can't forget about New Jersey. Yo, that beat go crazy. I ain't gonna lie. That beat go crazy. That beat go crazy. I ain't gonna lie. Apache wrote them records for her, son. Like all them joints, Apache was writing all that shit, son. All that shit. All that shit from like 92, 93, 94, 95. That's all Apache, son. That Jersey Anthem. That, what's that? What's that shit? Just another day living in the hood. Just another day around the way. That's Apache, son. And motherfucking, what's the other joint? Who you calling a bitch? Unity. That's Apache again, bro. That, I ain't gonna lie. Apache wrote a lot of them hard records for us, son. But I ain't gonna lie. Just Another Day was the hardest out of both of them records. That was the hardest one. Oh my, with that KRS-One sample. Oh my God. Said just another day living in the hood. Just another day around the way. It's really good today. This thing. Yo, that beat go crazy, son. That beat go crazy, son. That beat go crazy. And that's that Janet Jackson, Herb Abrams making love in the rain, son. That beat a hard. Oh, that sample's tough, my nigga. That sample is tough. You know. Oh, Belly had an ill soundtrack. You know, Belly had an ill soundtrack. You know, but that Back to Life, it's fire. Belly was John Wick before John Wick. I could say that. Collateral, Belly, like you talk about like the cinematography on Belly was crazy. Like that movie is so. Hey yo, and y'all know what the funny thing is? Vin Diesel was the one at front of the door in that movie, son. They don't credit Vin Diesel, but Vin Diesel is in that intro. If you look, you see Vin Diesel in the intro standing by the door, but you see him for like a glance second. You don't see him that long, but he in that movie. Yeah, Vin Diesel in that movie for real. Yeah. Facts. He did chop him. You know. Cali Love, what's up? How you? Yeah, but yo, I fucks with Nas. Nas my favorite rapper, but I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. He got a little better over the time, but Nas was kind of. I don't want to shit on it, but Nas was. Oh man, that sincere character, boy. That old man. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say, oh man. You know, he had like he wasn't even in too deep that long. He had like one speaking role. But that Belly son now, oh my God, bro. Like that character. Shit, bro. All that nigga kept talking about was going back to Africa. DMX had to check that nigga. He said, yo, you shorty can't eat no books. So you think I give a fuck about the police? Say, yo, my nigga, I'm speeding and I'm smoking weed, nigga. Yo, that nigga, yo, that boy was crazy, son. X was fucking. Yo, you know what movie that I feel like X showed his acting chops the best though? Was Never Die Alone, son. Never Die Alone. Yo, son. Yo, the illest scene in that movie, son, is when Shorty from Parenthood, son, fronted on my nigga X, told him 100,000 ain't nothing. That nigga took that shit personal, son. Yo, when that nigga X, when she said 100,000 ain't nothing. That nigga X took that shit personal. Did that bitch dirty. Bitch like to play with her nose. He did the bitch dirty. See, the white bitch was kind of loyal though. Even though he had the white bitch hooked off that shit. But the white bitch was loyal though. He had the bitch with the bitch lost her acting career and all that. He had the bitch backing up. You know what I'm saying? Packaging his work and all that. She was loyal. She ain't shit on a nigga. He get with the black chick. She talking about 100,000 ain't nothing. Nigga X Fat thought that shit was personal. Hey, bitch, you like to sniff my shit? You like that coke? Alright, bitch. I'm gonna give you this dog food. I'm gonna get you real fucked up. Yo, he said I'm gonna get you real fucked up. Yo, the bitch got real strung out. That scene was so, yo, I ain't gonna lie, son. Yo, I mean, damn, son. Like, I root for the bad guys, my nigga, but I kind of felt disgusted, my nigga. Like, that nigga X was, that nigga X was filthy, son. That nigga, the nigga, wait, the bitch came to the crib. She said, look what you did to me. She said, I'm going to the cops. Told that nigga she going to the cops. He said, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Shorty came to the crib. He said, yo, come back anytime. That nigga fucking the dog shit out of her. You hear me? That nigga X was fucking the dog shit out of Shorty, nigga. He just clapping them cheeks. And this bitch all strung out and shit. She wanna get high, nigga. He clapping her ass up, bro. And that nigga's son told her come back anytime, nigga. Yo, son. She should have never said fuck me, yo, son. Yeah, she's still sexy, bro. She on the shy, son. Yo, I was surprised to see her on the shy. Like, damn, but she got thicker, though. She got thicker, though, man. That nigga said, come back anytime. Nigga X is a monster in that movie, son. I gotta watch that movie Never Die Alone again, son. That movie, son. Yo, Denzel and Equalizer, yo. Denzel and Man on Fire was a problem. Denzel in Training Day was a problem, son. Like, yo, anybody that's seen Man on Fire, I thought my son wasn't going to die, son. Yo, John Q was my shit, bro. I was hurt when that nigga died in Man on Fire, bro. I'm like, yo, bro, this dude done risked his life for this white girl. He done got the pops, took the pops for a murder ride. He done killed up everybody. And my son gonna die in the back of the car, let these niggas capture him? Sheesh. I'm like, no, my nigga, no, man, no. You gonna let these niggas capture you, bro? You done bodied everybody in the city to try to get this white girl back, my nigga? I was like, damn, son. I was like, yo, but at least but I ain't gonna lie. At least he let them motherfuckers kill him, bro. He died in the back of that car, bro. Rush Hour was the shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Next Friday was the shit, but Rush Hour was my shit, though. You know? Yeah, he was shot up. I remember now. He did. But but you know what's crazy, Vaughn? He was shooting up everybody the whole fucking movie. I didn't think he was gonna die. I was like, yo, he done killed up everybody. He done blew up motherfuckers. He done lay. Yo, son, Denzel was a one-man army and man on fire, son. Yo, that was what about, like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, Denzel got some joints that'll make you say, damn, son, like, Fallen, which was a good movie. Like, Fallen is slept on. I don't know why dudes don't talk about Fallen, son. He said, time is on my side. Yes, it is. I ain't gonna lie, son. If you've never seen Fallen, bro, you not a real Denzel fan, bro. Cause Fallen is my movie, son. That was my movie, son. Out of Time is another one. Out of Time, yo, he fucked this. Yo, he was fucking Eva Mendes and Sanaa Lathan in that movie, son. He was fucking Eva Mendes and Sanaa Lathan, son. That's my movie, son. I fucked with Out of Time, man. Inside Man. See, Inside Man was a fucked up ending, son. I'm gonna keep it real, man. Inside Man, this how you know that movie was so fucking brilliant. Yo, that's why I say, yo, this last movie that Denzel and Spike Lee do, it better be on the level of fucking Inside Man, son. Don't give me no garbage ass Denzel. I'm telling you now, man. Denzel better give us this last movie he doing with Spike. Cause it's the last one, son. This shit better be on Inside Man level, son. If anybody seen Inside Man, y'all know how great that movie was, man. Pelham was fire. I liked the Pelham. But Inside Man, when everybody got out that bank, bro, that ending was deep. The robbers even got out that bank. Yo, the ending when he got out the bank for them couple days he stayed in there. American Gangster was a shit. When he got up out that bank and he bumped into Denzel's character, yo, that was like Kaza Sose on fucking steroids, the end of that movie, son. That was like Kaza Sose and Usual Suspects, bro. Like, everybody know, like, Usual Suspects was crazy. That ending of Usual Suspects was crazy. But when you see the ending of fucking Inside Man, it's on that level, bro. It's on that level of what Kevin Spacey did in Usual Suspects. Like, he walked up out that spot without Denzel even knowing that he the dude that robbed the fucking bank. That movie was, yo, son, that movie was so fucking incredible. Like, I watched that movie mad time to this day. I still be like, yo, how the fuck he got up out that motherfucker, son? And the funny thing is, yo, this is the funny thing about that movie. Clive Owen's character was working for the older man. They was all working for the older man. The older man was really the one that orchestrated that whole robbery thing because they was trying to get the shit from Germany. But that movie was so fucking crazy, son. Like, damn, son. That movie was crazy, son. I love that movie, son. Inside Man. Yeah, Loyal to the Game is a good movie. Loyal to the Game is a good movie. But yeah, that last movie that Denzel doing, man. And he gonna do the Hannibal movie. That's gonna be crazy. That Hannibal movie? Yo, Denzel do a Hannibal movie, son? Yo, that movie, I know that's gonna be crazy, son. Like, Denzel, one thing I tell anybody, man. Denzel, Wesley Snipes, yo, them two. Like, I was mad that they did Wesley the way they did Wesley, man. Cause them two right there, when you talk about the 90s, bro, even the 2000s, yo, they the best motherfuckers you could ever do action movies with, bro. Can't nobody do action movies like them. You know what I'm saying? And Spike Lee done did the best movies with them too. Mo Better Blues is, I would say, you talk about best Spike and Denzel movie, Mo Better Blues is my favorite. Next to Malcolm X, next to He Got Game. Yo, son, that ending scene with Jesus and his pops play ball, and if he lost that game, he had to go to that college and his father be free. Yo, he beat his pops in that game, son. That was one of the saddest moments in that movie. Cause he hated his pops, bro. He hated his pops. And it wasn't until the end of the movie that he really loved him. He really loved him. Even though he was hard on him the whole movie. He was hard on him as a kid. But that movie was so fucking good, bro. Like, yo, son. Like, He Got Game is one of the most slept on basketball movies. Like, I put that up there with Above the Rim, bro. Like, you want to talk about like New York City basketball or New York City sports movies? He Got Game got to be one, and Above the Rim got to be two. You know what I'm saying? They got to be one and two. But yeah, that was my favorite. That's a good movie though, man. But yeah, so damn, man, we was talking about movies and shit. So yeah, let me get back to what I was saying. So yeah, the Epstein files, yeah, that's never coming out, man. Like I told y'all, man. You know, anytime you look at this whole political shit, bro, it's theater, bro. There's a lot of propaganda. It's a lot of nonsense, man. You know, you think the president of the United States is for you, but he really gonna try to hide his secrets. I already knew. I said, yo, listen, man. The way it was going, bro, you already knew that the agenda was already agenda, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yo, you know what's crazy? One time I said this to somebody. I said, yo, son, imagine Shorty get released out of prison from this whole situation. Because it was really, like you saying, blackmailing and all that go hand in hand. That's just like with them releasing the Dr. King files, right? Now, we all know Martin Luther King died because he was going to get our human rights and reparations. They killed him for reparations and human rights. This is facts, right? Mind you, they keep pushing the James L. Ray shit. His own family did the investigation and said, no, it's not James L. Ray. It was two shooters there. And then our father died in the hospital. He didn't die on the scene. But the feds trying to push that bullshit to make it look like, oh, this is the evidence. That, like, come on, son. They did all that to hide the fact that they got all these receipts of Trump partying with dude. But, man, listen, bro. Dudes like Trump, bro. Trump said it the best, man. You got money, nigga, you grab him by the pussy, bro. When a nigga tell you, when Trump say some shit like that, when you got money, you grab him by the pussy. Come on, bro. You already know. They the originators of the freak offs, bro. Trump and all of them, they the originators. Like, the politicians, you gotta look, bro. You know, like, everybody talk about Puff and all that and Diddy, but you gotta look at all these politicians, right? Look at Bush, second in command, right? Randall Tobias. Randall Tobias was in the Bush administration, right? Was dealing with a DC madam, right? Dealing with a DC madam. He's calling the service that the DC madam had. Spending time with these hoes. Spending top dollar with these women, right? He got caught. They swept it under the rug. Now, this is a politician, bro. This is a dude that's in the Bush administration. He is a top dog in the Bush administration. And he up there playing with hoes. So when people say, oh, yo, these politicians need discipline, they all do it. You gotta look. Look at most of our founding fathers like George Washington and Madison and Andrew Jackson. These dudes was having sex with their slave girls. You understand what I'm saying? Having affairs on their wife. They was politicians. They ain't give a fuck. That's the type of timing they was on. You know? So, I mean, with Trump and Epstein, it's like people shouldn't be surprised. Why is people keep talking about release the files? They never gonna release the files. It's never gonna come out. So it's best to just look at it like this. It's chess, not checkers. And that's what people gotta understand. America is it's a business. Why they wanna rock the boat? Heard what Leah said, rock the boat, baby, rock the boat. They don't wanna rock the boat. Why they wanna rock the boat? They don't wanna do that. Cause when you rock the boat, you fucking up the situation. It's like when you watch the movie All the President's Men, right? With Robert Redford and Dustin Hoffman, right? And you hear Deep Throat say, follow the money. Well, when you follow the money, they all crooks. Just look. Most of your politicians had dealings with gangsters, had dealings with prostitutes. Ain't none of them is. I don't understand why people think that we live in a perfect society that politicians is going to be perfect. We don't live in that type of society. We live in a business society. We live in a society where it's about money, influence, and power. You know what I'm saying? It don't got shit to do with motherfucking uh, integrity. It don't got shit to do with fucking morals. They don't have morals. Morals is out the window. You know what I'm saying? It's about business. Never personal, just business. That's why I love The Godfather, because The Godfather depicts what the world is. The world is just like The Godfather. The world is just like Wall Street with Michael Douglas. That's the world. This illusional world that people are going to be heroes. That's not a realistic view. And people don't understand that we don't live in a moral society. We live in a society where people are sheeples and people just like to be, lied to. But hey, it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. So, what I was getting ready else to say. Oh, um, I was trying to think now. Oh, I'm gonna speak on this I Smoke Hip Hop. Oh, no. Hold on, before I speak on that. Let me speak on this Birdman shit. So I seen this Birdman situation going on where allegedly Tech Nine from UNLV said that Bezo, Birdman's mans, that's a fact. That's a fact, Devon. Birdman's mans had something to do with Yellow Boy getting killed. Now, I done heard this rumor a long time ago, for years and years and years, that they, put money out there. Now, for the dude Tech Nine to get on the internet and dry snitch the way he did is despicable. But I mean, that's what these dudes do. They gotta do this to make the clout and to get the fame. Now, me personally, I just think, why now? why you feel like you gotta come on the net and talk about a shit that happened since 1997, right? Homeboy been dead since 97, if I'm not mistaken, right? It's 2025, right? Homie got killed, got murdered, and all that, right? You ain't perform, you ain't do what you was supposed to do as his homie. You ain't put the work in, right? So, homie got bodied. Now, you going on the net trying to, like, low-key dry snitch and try to put the people on Birdman. Because that's what it really seemed like. Like, oh, you trying to put the people on Birdman. You trying to put the cops on him. Because really, you seeing a lot of niggas coming out on the net and they dry snitching and you trying to get a federal RICO. That's what you trying to do. Now, Birdman brother ain't even doing that goofy shit. So why is you trying to do that and you supposed to be a gangster at that time? But I heard what you said in the video where you said you is sick, you got health issues, and when a nigga got health issues, they do anything when they down on their luck. I mean, you down on your dick. So you basically trying to put this on this nigga because you trying to get him out the way. Now that's kind of crazy to me. Like all these years, you wait now to say this man had son murdered, where you could have been said this. You could have been jumped on the net and said, "Yo, Birdman, had the dude Hot Beazle, knocked him off." Now you want to say this because the whole Young Thug, murder for hire situation, and Birdman name was attached to that with the Lil Wayne tour bus getting shot up. So that right there makes you look like a goofy. You know what I'm saying? That right there made you look like a goofy, and it made you bad. So that's why I said, like, when I look at that whole Birdman situation, you know what I'm saying, I just can't respect it. I just can't respect it from a dude that's coming out of left field like that. Make dude look corny, make dude look corny, but it is what it is, you know. However dudes feel like they need to express themselves, that's how they express themselves, you know. But I want to talk about something, right? I saw a video on YouTube, on Instagram, right? This chick was on Pistol Pete podcast, right? She a chick from Brooklyn, right? And I think she's supposed to be like a gang. Hey, I don't know if she was an ex-Crip or still a Crip, but Shorty was a Crip, right? Her name is TJ, yeah, Val Kane, that's her name. TJ, yeah. So, this is my thing, right? When it comes to these mothers, right? And I'm going to keep it real, right? And this is some facts. Anytime a woman is selfish, right, to leave their children, right, to go out there, commit crimes, and Shorty was in prison for 5 years in federal prison, right, for credit card fraud. Looked like her and her son had an altercation in the house. And her son was disobeying or whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't give D fucks. But what disturbed me was the fact that she don't take an accountability, and she put her son through the same system that she was in. All right? Like, if you did 5 years in the federal penitentiary and you give your son a record because you saying that you scared of your own flesh, your own child, that you sat with your belly for 9 months out, are you saying that we supposed to feel sorry for you because you saying that you had no choice? You had a choice. Your choice in the beginning should have been be a mother to your child. You had a choice. To be something good for society. But these women can't be that. So let's play this video. This shorty right here. I want to let y'all know that.
I'm going to show you all in a minute why I'm saying this. I did get my son arrested. I felt like I had no other choice. No, I did not want to criminalize him. I felt like I was unsafe in my own home. I'm going to show you a clip of what has happened, and I'm also going to come back to give you a lot more context about how we led up to that. I need you to move outside of my space. You're bullying me in my own house because there's no man in here. If there was a man in here, you wouldn't be doing this. You're taking advantage of me. That's what you do. You take advantage of people who can't stand up to you because you're bigger than me. That doesn't make you cool. That doesn't make you cool. You forced me to be here to make me go through. And you terrorizing me. As always, you like to bash the parents, so y'all gonna tell me I'm wrong. But before he got arrested, I said to him, just get the phone. Let's start over. Just get the phone. You don't have to go downtown. Just get the phone. He looked at me dead in my face and said, no, I don't have no phone. And put his arms behind his back. When he got out, he proceeded to hack every account I had. I ended up charging my son with robbery. I was stupid enough to think that because of this arrest, my family would then get the support that we so desperately needed. I had been alerting the court of the sheriff's office lack of supervision with his ankle monitor. My son is on a performative monitoring by the sheriff's office. I've never seen a sheriff. I had no contact information. Sheriff's office has never supported me, has never checked up on him. He is basically doing what he wants to do all over the city, while on paperwork for his case is being said that he is being monitored. So there was a woman who I previously spoke about who signed my son out without me knowing, out of the institution, who collaborated with his attorney and lied on some paperwork saying that she was his aunt in order to get custody of him. He deleted all the viral videos, and when I spoke about this woman, y'all ended up calling her the kidnapper. The judge actually said during this proceeding that he should go back to her house, although she acquired him illegally, right? They put an order of protection against him. I said, okay, maybe it's for the best. Come to find out, the woman no longer wanted to take him because of what I was talking about on social media. So they ended up pushing the case to family court, which I was happy because family court is more inclined to support the family. The problem with that is once it went in front of the family court judge, even though I wasn't in attendance because I didn't know about the court date.
I want y'all to hear this.
His lawyer calls me and said, you need to let him back in. Excuse me? The last time I I checked, there was an order of protection in place. It's on the sheriff's office who he was released to now find him housing. No, it's on you. But it wasn't on me when y'all was looking for him to be released without my support. But now that the chips are falling and now he's a liability, now it's my fault. These are the games that the system plays, and I'm on here for it. I'm going to document everything along the way. You're responsible. It doesn't matter. You're always responsible as a parent. So why wasn't I responsible when he was getting released the first time? Why nobody call me if I'm so responsible? Seems like I'm only responsible when it's convenient, when it's time to place blame, when it's time for somebody to take the liability. Now I'm responsible. But I'm not responsible when he has other options. I'm not responsible then. I'm not responsible for updates. I'm not responsible for reports. Y'all can do whatever y'all want to do with my kid. And then when the chips fall, I'm responsible. Then y'all should also be responsible. And be responsible by giving him the assistance that he needs. This is not the first time I'm being threatened with an ATS case because I'm asking for support. And I'm refusing to allow my child at this point to abuse me. Right? At this point, it's not about shame. It's not about, putting our business out there. It's really about me needing support. My son needs to be in a residential therapeutic community. Not jail. But because we don't have the socioeconomic status to achieve that, he's being dumped. And this is happening far too often, which is feeding mass incarceration. My son is, if they have it their way, he's going to wake up in prison one day and say, oh my God, how'd I get here all these years?
So I'm gonna pause that. So when I watched that video, I'm trying to figure out because I watched her interview, right? And I'm trying to rationale this, right? Like a mother. See, this is like mothers, right? That send they sons to group homes when they don't raise their sons, right? And then when they sons become men, they have all type of hate and animosity towards their mother because they didn't want to be a mother to their child. So, like I said, this female right here did 5 years in the federal penitentiary for credit card scamming. Instead of her being a mother to her child, she sacrificed her freedom to be a scammer and not going to get a job and putting the criminal past behind her. Most people that indulge in crime or indulge in street shit, they say, you know what? For my children, I'm going to quit this life and I'm going to be positive and I'm going to be a better influence for my child and I'm going to raise my kids. You did 5 years for credit card scamming, right? And you wonder why your son is disrespecting you when you wasn't raising that young man to be a mother to your child. See, excuses is excuses. A lot of these women don't want to raise these children. They use these children, and I'm gonna keep it real, they use these boys as the husband in the house. And they set these young men for failure. These are the same mothers that'll push their son out there to sell drugs, commit crimes, or if they feel like they sons is getting too big for their bridges, they put them in group homes. Instead of them speaking life into them, showing love and affection, they don't get that. And they wonder why when these men get older, they don't know how to interact with women. They don't know how to love because at home they wasn't showed the love that they were supposed to be shown in the house by the first love of their life, which is the mother. You know what I'm saying? So really and truly, you know what I'm saying? You know, when these dudes get older, you know what I'm saying? Because he gonna become a man. And he's gonna remember that his mother pressed charges on him, had him sitting in there, arrested, sitting in a cage. You understand what I'm saying? And then try to put a restraining order on your son? That's crazy to me, man. How you gonna send your son to the same system that you was in? Like, shit like that just make, and this is why I say what I say, that a lot of these black women today, bro, is pieces of shit, bro. Because it's like you hate your child that much that you wouldn't try to speak life in them. See, a child not gonna act up if you hands-on being a parent to them. Respect is respect. But if you ain't never been a parent to a child, what you expect? If you've been in prison through their whole, existence of growing up, that means you really wasn't a mother to your child. The crime and all the other fuck shit was important. The gang shit was important. You know what I'm saying? And this is why I always say, a lot of these people, man, you know, they priorities be fucked up in the community, man. They priorities be fucked up, man. That's why, I shame a lot of people, because you have a son, you have a child, and you should validate your seed. You know, these people don't want to raise their children. These women want to be social media influencers. These women they want to give all the life advice, but they don't even want to take care of their kids. They don't have a good relationship with their kids. Their kids hate them. Why? Because they either put a man first, they put the streets first, and they ain't put their kids first. And I always say, man, read the book, The Conspiracy to Destroy Black Boys. Dr. Jawanza said something that was so prevalent in that book, where he talked about black mothers, and he had a chapter where he spoke on how black mothers use their sons like their sons is their husband, like their sons is their man, like their sons can't be kids. They gotta be the man of the house. And the sad part is, it's a lot of dysfunction. You know what I'm saying? A lot of broken homes. You look at the community, bro. The dysfunction comes. A lot of these black men. This is why when you go on YouTube, you see why a lot of these black men have so much hate and malice in their heart, because they came from fucked up mothers, man. Fucked up mothers. You see these dudes, they come on here, they mad with women, they mad with life, because they mothers treated them like foul people, man. Happy birthday to her. Happy birthday to Anita. You know? But that's sad, man. You call the police on your son, and you been through the system. That's crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? That right there just shows like, damn, like, is that deep? You know? But hey, they like it, I love it, man. I can't understand that. How a mother could just send her son to the fucking, that shit crazy, man. Shit crazy. But yeah, man, I don't know, man. It's just sad, man. That's sad. I just wanted to talk about that. So I know people want me to talk about this I Smoke Hip Hop video. I watched it. I don't. Oh shit! Damn! My smashed my shit. I watched it, but I didn't actually watch all of it. But I watched what I could watch. Um, Let me just say this, right? So, I told y'all my anniversary was the other day, 23rd. Um, and I gave thanks to Chris Kidd because he was the one that actually brought me to YouTube. Um, I Smoke did a video. I didn't understand why he did the video, but it is what it is. I always show him love. I say, yo, I've been on I Smoke. I said, y'all always hear me say this. I said, I've been on Chris Kidd, and after Chris Kidd, I was on I Smoke Hip Hop. And after I left I Smoke Hip Hop, I did my own thing, right? So Chris has his issues you know, with Chris, you know, and I'm gonna keep it real, right? When I stopped dissing Chris Kidd, you know, I Smoke felt some type of way about that, but it is what it is, right? I fucks with him. I don't got no issues with I Smoke, but I Smoke was kind of he jumped out the window out of nowhere, and I just didn't understand why he jumped out the window like that because, like, I give you your flowers. I say, yo, shout out to I Smoke Hip Hop, shout out to Chris Kidd, because those two platforms helped me out. I Smoke reached out to Star. Star shouted me out. I got to 1,000 subscribers, right? Almost 1,000. Queen's Flip, he got me on. He reached out to Queen's Flip, got me on there. But I can't sit here and say that Chris Kidd didn't help me. I would be wrong to not acknowledge that man because it was him that hit me up the week and asked me, yo, you want to come on my podcast? I said, it's whatever. And the rest is history. Now, I Smoke got his issues with dude. That's cool. But that ain't my issues. You know what I'm saying? I don't got nothing to do with what that man in jail for. My thing is, the man brought me to the net, and I did what I did to come on here. So son went online and just snapped on me. Like, damn, I'm like, yo, I smoke, man. You saying I'm throwing shots? My nigga, like, I ain't throw no shots at you. Like, I didn't understand what he meant by that. Yo, Bullet's throwing shots. Like, hold on, homie. I ain't throwing no darts or nothing at you. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing I don't understand. Like, he jumped out the window and did that video, which he should have never did. Because, like, like, the past is the past. I don't speak about the beef that we had and all that. We fell out. We fell out. You know, you know. He know why we fell out. It wasn't, you know, whatever he wanted the people to make it believe, but it was because of the certain shit he was doing. But I look past that shit and I say, you know what? It's 2025. We gotta motherfucking start fresh. Start new. You know what I'm saying? We gotta start new and start fresh. And if you don't start fresh and you don't start new, how is you gonna advance your career? And that's the thing that people don't understand. Like, what do I look like rehashing a beef? Like, I don't have no beef. I salute I Smoke Hip Hop. Now, if he has an issue with me giving flowers to Chris Kidd, then cool. But I'm not gonna act like I can acknowledge somebody that opened the door for me. Like, when he said, "Oh, you only been on 2 episodes," no, my nigga, I ain't been on just only 2 episodes. The nigga, which I'm not gonna say his name, but the dude, that got the 18,000, that's from Connecticut, that live in Philly. The nigga, you know, JP. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna say behind nothing. The JP dude, he didn't he didn't blow up. you know. And then he gets on his platform and then go crazy talking about, yo, them killers was on you, Gotti. And I'm like, yo, where does all this coming from? The killers and all that. Like, bro, we moving past all that. It's 2025. I was there when Janelle came on the show. Shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, damn. He trying to, like, go at me on some hater shit. And I'm saying to myself, I hope I Smoke ain't hating. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping. You know. So that's crazy. Nah, I'm good. Nah, I'm good. I could. Yo, let me tell you something, bro. A nigga say, yo, Gotti, you nodded off. I'm like, yo, nigga, I'm not nodded, nigga. I've been rapping. I'm about to drink some of this alkaline water, nigga. I'm Gucci. Yeah. Yeah, we gonna promote some of this alkaline, man. Get you that smart water, man. Alkaline, man. Yeah, I'm good, bro. I'm good. So, yeah, I don't understand that I smoke. Like you was really reaching. Like, and then you start talking about, oh, you doc, you went at my wife and my kids. Like, bro, it's 2025. I smoke like we done patched up. Like, you didn't have to bring none of that old shit up, my nigga. You made yourself, you made yourself, you made yourself look bad with that part because it's like, dogs, why would you do a whole video tarnishing me? You know what I'm saying? I've given you your flowers. That's why I be saying, like, dudes be jumping out the window. And then you said somebody sent you that. So who sent you the video was trying to start up some shit between me and you. Because you ain't never heard me spoke ill about you. Bless one. In fact, I say, yo, shout out to Bless One. Shout out to Osmo Hip Hop, because he supports me. But for the person that sent you the video, oh, that nigga, yo, he saw no man, the milkman. Uh, let me not say that dude name. I don't know who that dude is. Scratch that. He shouted out Chris Kidd and yo, what's up with that? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you say some weird shit like that, bro? Saying, yo, Geppettos and all that. Like, come on, bro. Like, I know where I come from. I give you your credit and I give Chris his credit. Everybody deserve their flowers, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't get into what a nigga lifestyle is. I get into what a nigga did for me when I needed help. And he helped me. When I didn't want to be on the internet. Bruh pushed me to do this internet shit. So it's crazy, man. Like, I was disappointed in you, I smoke. I'm gonna keep it all the way real, man. That shit hurt my feelings, nigga. Like, damn, dog. You know, so it's crazy. You know, it's crazy. You know. But hey, it is what it is, man. If you wanted to get that off your chest, bless one, get it off your chest. But don't hold grudges, bro. Don't let these niggas trick you out your spot, man. Don't let these niggas um make me out to be the bad guy or the enemy, because I've never been the enemy to you. Plus one, I'm glad that we squash our differences. I smoke. So it is what it is. It is what it is, bro. I feel bad for niggas that try to instigate shit. But bless one, you supposed to be smarter than that, man. You let niggas instigate shit, you ain't saying, yo, that's a dub. That's my bro. Like, damn, bro. But it is what it is, my nigga. Hope whatever rock your boat. So it is what it is. So 1090 Jake and Chyna Brim. I saw that bullshit ass interview. Let me say this about Chyna Brim. Chyna Brim is a fucking thief. He's a plagiarizing thief. You know, shout out to Tigo Billy. I got nothing but love for Tigo. But that nigga Chyna Brim took my man's Tigo Billy story, right? Zeke Black, much love to Zeke Black. No beef with Zeke. Zeke do his thing. But that nigga. So Chyna Brim gets on there and talk about, yeah, oh, I went viral. That's why I fuck with back and da. But nigga, tell the truth. You didn't go viral. You took my man's video, Tigo Billy. You took his video, right? Nah, you didn't even take his video. What you did was you let this nigga Corey King and these niggas scream your fucking name, making it seem like you was a fucking, like you know everything that's going on with the Bloods, and you didn't. You was a you was really trying to be. So it's fucked up. Hey yo, unstricken mentality. Let me tell you something, bitch. Don't speak of me, my nigga. You was a pussy. Alright? You was a pussy, my nigga. Like you was another dun nigga, man. You like Chyna, bro. See, niggas like this dude, unstricken mentality, um, you know, little wax dog, 10 toes down, the hood TMZs, you know, all these weird niggas, right, that hated on me, right? They talk hella shit and they don't be outside. And then it's the sad part is it's like, yo, y'all niggas hate me cause you ain't me, bro. And that was the vibe I was getting from some, but that's a different situation. So it's crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? That shit is just crazy to me. A nigga just wake up and just say, yo, fuck that, yo. It's crazy. But yeah, like Chyna Brim, like he is a fucking liar, nah, nigga. Like I respect nothing that Chyna Brim say, bro. And I don't know why niggas is even jacking that nigga, man. That nigga is an agent. You know what I'm saying? I really do believe that Chyna Brim is a federal informant. Like I really believe he's a police informant because look at all the shit that he causes in the community, the drama, the beefs. Look at what he do. He don't wake up in the morning and say, yo, I'm pushing positivity, positive vibe, let's push life into the community. No, he pushed death into the community. He is nothing but a fucking agent. You know what I'm saying? And a sucker. Because if he was real, he would have been all the way real. You know, all the way real. He's all the way fraud. And he know that. So, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? That nigga went over there to suck Massa dick, which is 1090 Drake. He went to go suck that nigga dick like a little slave stepping and fetch it. And it's sad. So, so yeah, they love beef. So it's just sad, man, that you get niggas like Chyna Brim that gotta lie. Tell the real truth. Bro, you stole Tigo Billy's story and you got fame off of it. That ain't real nigga shit. That's an opportunist. That's a nigga that's a clout chaser. And you a clout chaser. Sorry. Real talk. So, so it's crazy though. But I ain't mad. But I'm gonna just keep it real. Chyna Brim, you a fraud. You a fucking agent and you a fraud. You know what I'm saying? Now, let's get into this nigga Hassan Campbell. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna speak on the other things, but I'm a scale back on them two motherfuckers. Let me get into this nigga Hassan Campbell now. Hassan, I'm gonna keep it all the way real. You gotta stop with this. You ain't this. You ain't an activist and all that, nigga. You ain't. You just a nigga on YouTube talking nothing, bro. You know what I'm saying? And the sad part is, bro, like you scared of your own shadow. You not a tough individual, bro. You know, you don't want no smoke with nobody, bro. You just said it. I'm not a street man. I'm a dude for my family. So if you about your family, bro, why don't you stop talking about turning TVs off and rocking snot boxes? Why don't you talk about, yo, let's uplift the community. Let's be better individuals. Let's be better parents. Let's be better this and that. But you ain't gonna do that because you don't like positivity. You like negativity. And you's a bird, you know? And the sad part is, it's like, yo, this nigga sat there and talk all that, this and that about people, but he shows you he the biggest groupie in New York City. So, so it is what it is. Hassan is definitely a fake Muslim, and he's a fraud. Anybody that seriously believes a dude like that need their head examined. Hassan is an agent. Hassan is all over the place, and he's just a sucker, bro. But hey, it is what it is. Can't be mad at a sucker. Sucker works overtime, whether he's right or